out flex. The live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Time to freeze. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's get it. Let's do this roll call. Miss Van Houder, good morning, ma'am. How are you? Columbia, HMC, salute. Steve Elder, Mac, Robert Singleton, Dion next up, Ern Jordan, Bernard, Mr. Cell Block, MJ Total Health and Wellness, salute. Brother Derek Gaines, the legend, Todd Swindle, the brothers UK in the building, salute, good brother. Always great to see you. Firearm Sniper, Stormy in here, salute. Mac of the South. Coach of Truth Tellers, man. I'm telling you, between you and Junior the Truth, I get my daily bread in the mornings. Salute to you, good brother. You was cooking. Salute. Luca Mora in the building. Salute. Eric Jordan, my man. Anthony. 205. What's good? True. Boxing Night in the building. Shogun. Snoop. What up, Snoop? Hope all y'all are safe. If y'all anywhere near the eastern, northern area, we are getting hammered by this snow. It is no joke. Tay, good morning. And I'm staying my behind in the crib. And when it stops, I'll go out and make a snowman or something. So, yeah, that's what it is. Speaking of bad weather, Devin Haney is Mr. Freeze. And let me explain. First of all, my meme game is unmatched. I'm nice with it. I'm officially nice with it. The reason, well, first of all, before I get to that, put out a video last night. I wasn't going to do a reaction to the Franchon Cruz Dezern and Clarissa Shields fight. But, you know, once again, I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't support. There was some knuckle dragging going on at the press conference, or the weigh-in, and some crap went on, and I didn't like it. It did turn me off. I was ready to go to bed after my live. Village Brother, salute. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, all right, man. So I turned it on, man. And I was watching it. We had an accident in the ring last night. The two brothers was fighting, and there was an accidental clash of heads. And brother, I don't even know who these brothers were, but he went to this corner and sat down and was getting instructions. Next thing you know, he passed out. And like the unprofessional jabronis, the WBC are, when the fighter passes out, first of all, you should have medics on call, like right there. That brother laid on the floor. His opponent had to run over there and see if he was okay. Doctors took their time getting in the ring. He woke up and stood up. Big mistake. They shouldn't be standing him up. He could talk from the ground. Nobody stabilized his neck. Whether he's all right or not, stabilized his neck. He could still talk. Put him on a gurney and carry him out. Man, that brother got up, stood up, sat down, stood up, and then he left the ring and they walked him to the back. You know, that man could have got to the hospital and died. Something so simple. Hey, man, who moved him? You needed to stabilize the neck. There's a reason why you stabilize the neck, because there's things in there that, you know, one false move, if you're already injured, it could be the end of you. But yeah, shout out to the WBC and their stupidity. So the Queens fought, and just go watch my post fight. I gave my opinion on that. It doesn't bear repeating. Just go watch the video. Eric H. Salute. My DAZN app is not working on my television for whatever reason. I've just been lazy. I haven't emailed them or whatever. I'm sure it's an easy fix. They're gonna tell me to uninstall it and reinstall it or whatever. I know. So I watched it on my phone because I pay for DAZN. Watch it on my phone. DP Rocker, salute. And I noticed that there's a comment section now. So they running it like YouTube. If you watch a Pro Box event on a Firebeat, salute. You watch a Pro Box event on YouTube, you see a comment section. Now, normally on Pro Box events, I turn the comment, I just blow the screen up. I don't want to see the comment section because I already know what's in there. If it's a Latino versus a black person, you see the monkey emojis, the chicken emojis, you see all kinds of, I just turn it off and I'm watching the fight for what it is. 10 times out of 10, those people in the chat don't even know the fighters. It's a full-blown race war right there in the comment section. Gary says your DAZN. Oh yeah. Well, I've been paying for this, you know. And this is the last 3 events now. I'm saying last 3 events. The app won't upload. You have to unplug it. Well, I gotta see what's going on. I gotta see what's going on. I ain't know what was happening. But whatever, man. So what ended up happening was I'm watching the event. Welcome down Van Houder, salute. Main biker, salute. Robert Singleton. So I'm looking at the comment section, and I already knew it. And it didn't take long because I noticed it when they sang Lift Every Voice. And go watch my video from last night. Go watch the video from last night. And I said, let me screenshot this. Now, on what's smart is, on the DAZN app, you can't screen record because they don't want you, you know, reusing their stuff. I get it. But I said, man, I hope they let me screenshot. And I got a lot of screenshots. And during Lift Every Voice, I was reading the attack. There was some people, you know, strong arming, Happy Black History Month, and you got a lot of that. You did. But the majority, you know what you were seeing. Now, here's the thing. Clarissa has a great turnout. Mansa Musa, salute. Clarissa has a great turnout. And a lot of support. And I know a lot of people on DAZN was watching. Don't tell me that they just showed up and they feel like that in their heart. Perfect Black, Mansa Musa, Shelton, salute. Dial Big G. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. I don't want to lose my frame of thought. I'm just cooking right now. So it's okay to watch her fight, but it's not okay for her to pay homage to her heritage, her ethnicity. Just go look at my video last night. I put up all the screenshots that I can get because there was a lot. I was just sitting there getting aggravated. And then it dawned on me, you know, when you kids say things to me like there's no racism, when you say things to me like race don't matter, especially in this sport of boxing, when you ask me why I'm always referring to race, and you insist that I'm just shell shocked to a degree. No, I know how the world works, and it's a shame that you don't. But there's something called an N-word wake-up call. And at some point in your lifetime, no matter how much money you have, no matter how successful you may think you are, you will get that. And all I can tell you is not remember my words, but eventually it's going to run across your mind and it's going to enrage you that I was right. It's going to enrage you. And I'm telling you, don't let it enrage you. Learn from it and learn how to move accordingly. If you're saying that at this current junction in your life, your OGs that raised you failed you. Either you wasn't listening when they explained what I'm explaining, you wasn't listening, or your single mama failed you because she's on social media twerking and watching the same programs that you're watching. She's trying to be your friend instead of your mother. And your father's absent. Either he's dead or in jail or didn't want to bother with your mom, and therefore he didn't bother with you. So that's a fail in itself. And while you're growing up in these confused feelings, you're kind of mad at the world. And I get that. But your mother didn't put you in a position to seek counsel. You can get around strong black men and they can tell you what they can prepare you for what can potentially happen. It might not happen to you. And the OG's jobs is to protect you from it. How do we protect you from it? Explain to you what it is and what can happen. It's like saying to your son, hey man, I'm not gonna be around you all your life. You're gonna have to go out and get a job and explore the world for yourself. But when you start meeting these ladies, you gotta wear a condom. You gotta practice safe sex. I would prefer you not to do anything until, you get married, but that's not a reality. It is for some. But then you got these dudes that just ain't got game like that, or I'm gonna be very frank, they ugly or whatever it is. It's easier for some men than others. That's just a reality. But in the event you do, wear a condom. You could prepare them for that. Why wouldn't you prepare them for the potential of them dealing with racism? You might not deal with it. You might not have sex. You might not have sex. But as a black person in this world, at some point, you may come across it. You might not even know you're dealing with it. You have to recognize certain things. We have to arm you. The potential of you running into a chick in blazing. What happens if you ready, she ready, and then she's like, where's the hat? Well, I ain't got it. Well, we had 15 minutes. I was about to give this to you. You ain't got it? Oh, well, you blew it. Hey, don't drive through that town. Why? It's a sundown town. Did your mama teach you about sundown towns? Mm-hmm. And dog in that super chat salute, he says, if Charlo was unhealthy and wanted to do harm to himself, and that's why he got to keep the WBC belt, then how come Silly Man did use the program that's beneficial to the fighters and strip him? Hey, man, that part. There's all kinds of programs that he says that they have in place for fighters that are trouble. Therapy was letting him keep the belt so he won't kill himself. Literally, that's what he said. Instead of saying, no, this belt ain't that serious. I'm concerned with your health. I'll make you champion in recess. You get the help, and when you get well, you can come back as full champion. How about that, Jamal? How about that, Jamal? You know what I'm saying? Mauricio Sillyman's a devil. He's an absolute devil. Now, this is why I call Devin Mr. Freeze. Right now, I'm reading people's comments. That term freeze out, you know, this is why I appreciate Zufa and I appreciate Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White. I appreciate them because it's a new regime. Gone are the days where you have 4 sanctioning bodies who can manipulate rankings because they feel this fighter is more popular and it's in the best interest of business for them to be a champion in their sanctioning body, which is what you saw over the weekend. Gone are the days where you have 3 or 4 different companies battling for position. And if one contemporary is on, if you have 2 fighters who are contemporaries and they're on 2 different promotions, you may never get the fight. Those days are gone. They're gone. It's gone. It's all the way gone. It's all the way gone. I don't want to hear anything about no Muhammad Ali Act because the kid's crying about that. Y'all don't even know what that is. You had to Google it. You had to Google it. So I don't care. Big ups to Dana White and Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know, big up them, because I did a live last year. I said, this needs to burn. Rome, Pompeii, it needs to burn. Because I had boxing's best interest in mind. All I wanted was the best to fight the best. I'm like, this guy's over here, this guy's over here. You can't tell me that a fight between the 2 champions is great for business. And all these promoters did was maximize their dollar by taking their guy. Anthony Joshua is a great example of this, and convincing their fan base that this is a rock star. And sold them the idea that he could beat up Deontay Wilder. So you had a bunch of UK fanboys that were just cool celebrating that idea. And here's what they were comfortable with. He sells out Wembley faster than Michael Jackson. Now, I don't know that to be true, but watch this. He sells out Wembley faster than Michael Jackson.
Who cares?
I don't care if they fought in somebody's backyard. All I knew was that AJ had 3 belts. Deontay had the last piece to the puzzle. All I wanted was an undisputed match. That's all I wanted. I didn't care about purses. I didn't care about who sells out where. I didn't care where the fight was happening. I didn't care. All I wanted was the fight. And then I watched the comments and I said, man, we having 2 different arguments here. And then it turned into the Americans don't sell. Floyd's retiring. They don't make any money. Deontay is the most broke heavyweight in the world. He can't sell out Alabama. And all of that was a lie, by the way. Deontay did really good numbers here. But never mind that. This was a undisputed heavyweight clash. That fight was supposed to happen. And Deontay wasn't arguing over who was the A side. He said, hey, man, I'll come to the UK. Hey, man, I concede I'm the B side. Hey man, what more do you want? And there was so much goalpost moving. They literally wanted Deontay to come to the UK and fight for like $2 with his right hand tied behind his back, damn near. He couldn't do anything to make that fight. I hope you understand that. And it was with that mess I understood, man, we in a new era of boxing, because we over here talking about make the fight, and they're laughing like, aha, we're not making the fight. There's nothing you could do. And I said, look, this is a heavyweight division. Anybody could get it. You don't know what's going to happen. And the inevitable happened. Corruption and cheating and, I mean, come on. And enter Turki Al-Sheikh, and he made an undisputed match right away. And it was all timing, because if Turki was involved back then, that fight would have happened. I wish Turki got into the sport of boxing a decade ago. I wish he got into boxing a decade ago, because none of this crap, there wouldn't have been no Tyson Fury floating around. We'd have got all the fights we wanted. And it's a possibility your favorite fighter wouldn't have been, he wouldn't immersed from how this thing is set up now. He wouldn't immerse from that at all. And I'm not sorry to say that. So when I say things like all I see is the work, I'm telling you, chances are your favorite fighter's lucky to be around. If Turki came about like in 2015, prior to the pandemic, first of all, if Turki was around in 2015, there may still have been fights during the pandemic. I don't remember how they handled the plandemic, but that's another conversation. They might have still been fights during the plandemic. But even if the world was on hold, even if the world was still on hold, it's okay. Oh, word, Enoch? Here's what you do. If you're on your phone or if you're on a desktop, screenshot what you posted. Screenshot what you posted and email it to me, what's not being uploaded, or take a short video and try and upload it and see why they're stopping it. Oh yeah, Bill Gates and Epstein, they planned the whole pandemic. Big Joe Townsend, salute. Ratchet, what's good? Peter the Great, salute. Rod Neal, my brother. Chances are, if Turki got into the business a decade sooner, we wouldn't be dealing with half the stuff we're dealing with now. We'd have had Deontay versus AJ, and Deontay would have knocked his head into the 5th row. Players ball, salute. All right, thank you, Enoch. I appreciate that. That 5 versus 5 pay-per-view, Matchroom versus Queensberry. I hope y'all understand that would have never happened if it wasn't for Turki Al-Sheikh with that deep bag. That would have never happened. Hen Dog said, I can't even hype the live. This is how they do me. Because Miguel is biting the pillow. He's biting the pillow. And Jerome is biting his left butt cheek because they like it rough. You cock-a-doodle-doo smoker. It's all good. Documentation beats conversation. Miguel came on here when I dropped the link and he literally flashed his penis. And for what? In the name of Ryan Garcia, in the name of the racist system. And yeah, I already know how you do it. I'm going to find out what soccer team you root for. And I hope their plane falls out the sky, whoever they are. How about that? Blame Miguel. What, you mad now? Who is it? Argentina? I don't care. I don't care. Argentinians harbored Nazis. Remember when Jamel Charlo was rematching the Argentinian? Remember I put up what they said at the presser in America? He was screaming, USA, come on, y'all, USA. They're like, Argentina, Argentina. She said, man, nobody even wants you here. By now, probably ICE came and got your grandparents to the little hooker that said that. Y'all ain't know Argentinians harbored racists, Nazis. Y'all didn't know they committed genocide to the blacks that were living in Argentina. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that? Copper salute. Y'all didn't know that? Coach, what up? Yeah, they don't know. Y'all didn't know that? CJ Robinson, salute. Y'all didn't know that? I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up. Y'all didn't know that Argentinians harbored Nazis after the war. Y'all didn't know that? So when Jamel Charlo was about to fight the Argentinian and he was saying USA, and that chick was like, nobody even wants you here. Go search my my videos. I put that video up. I said, whoa, they have some nerve. We're in America. They waving that flag. All right, support your guy. But then when that chick said nobody even wants you here, bitch, you think I don't know your history? But that's all right. Because chances are, MAGA got you or somebody in your family running scared by now. By now, yeah. I don't mess with Trump. But you know, the universe has a weird way of evening things out. You might not like all of it, but there's something that comes out of that. And I say, I just watch things. And there's a lot of Latinos that like to lean towards their lineage coming from Spain than a little bit. You guys get so caught into you darkies that come from those countries, or countries. You darkies that come from the countries. You get caught up from where the boat landed as opposed to where it came from. Because I know a lot of you darkies that say, Latino. No, you're black. Latino. And you're looking like Guillermo Rigondeaux. Latino. And you look like King Kong Ortiz. Bro, you better get your head straight. Because even in your country, I know how they treat you. There was a lot of genocide going on in Argentina. From the ones that look like they're from Spain to the ones that look like me. Look it up. Look it up. That's right, main biker. Anthony, salute. You were black before anything. I don't care where you are. You could be French. You could be Alaskan. What we doing here? You know what y'all remind me of? You remember the first Thor movie? The very first one? And Loki found out he was half frost giant. They found him as a baby. And he raised him. And he was like, Father, what am I? Oh, yeah, you are really a frost giant, man. Yeah, that's why your eyes glow red and you don't get cold and shit. He got mad. They didn't treat him any different, but he was different. That's right. There's a whole black town in Mexico. Do you know that? A whole black town. Nappy hair and all that. There's black people in Japan, born and raised. Did you know that? There's Yuriorkis Gamboa, style of Cuban, and then there's Guillermo Rigondeaux, style of Cuban. El Chacal. Take your pick. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make this up. I'm just pointing it out, saying, hey, look, what's that about? That's why I love it when Mexicans get racist, because I look at them and I say, do you dumbasses even know why you speak Spanish? Do you even know why you speak Espanol? And you celebrate Christopher Columbus bringing rats and syphilis and beating y'all up, and you're gonna speak this language? Viva Mexico indeed. Wait a minute, stop me when I'm lying. But then you got black Mexicans, you confine them to one village because they're treated different. But wait, let me stop this. Stop this for 1 second. Listen to this, y'all. And I'm not talking about all, because, you know, there's beautiful people all around the world. I'm talking directly to the racist ones. The Mexicans who are racist. I'm talking to the racist ones. Not all Mexicans are like that, but the Mexican ones who are racist. Let me talk to y'all in the chat. You look at them with their features, their tan skin. They got strong features. In fact, will we agree that Mexicans are the only Latinos that you can actually look and tell what kind of Latino they are? They got strong features. Yes or no? Look, I'm from the Bronx. I'm around a lot of Latinos. The popular ones in New York City, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. Those are the two popular ones. They can tell who's who by the way they talk, the type of Spanish they talk. They know a Venezuelan, an Argentinian, a Puerto Rican, a Dominican. They can tell. I can't tell. They can tell. But Mexicans, you can tell, right? Now watch this, y'all. You ready for this? Watch this. To the racist Mexicans. If I put a feathered crown on your head, what do you look like now? If I put a feathered crown on your head, a headdress, what do you look like right now? You look like a Native American, don't you? Go all the way up to Alaska, Eskimos. This whole side of the continent, from Alaska all the way down to Mexico. This was red ground. Red ground. Red ground. For more information, go subscribe to my brother Legendary Top Cats. He'll tell you all about it. This was red ground. So if you put a Native American headdress on Mario Barrios, what does he look like? A Native American. You guys speak Spanish because you were conquered. So for you to lean towards the ideology of the person that conquered you, you speak that language. How dare you look down on somebody else who shares the same tragedy? Black people are all around this world because we were stolen, we were sold, we were conquered. It's weird to me. Look, I'm just going to keep it facts. Keep it facts, man. Listen, to this day, when I see a black person with a British accent, that's weird to me. And and by the way, y'all, that's the real English, to how AJ talks and all those brothers talk over there. That's the real English. That's the real English. We speak in America an off version of English. We have an accent. But dial it back. Do your roots. Where are you from on the continent of Africa? If you're black, you have roots in Africa. Well, Africa is where humanity started. But who are you and where you're from? And then, if you're not from that continent, when you try and go there and find out, unless you're a rock star like AJ is, of course they welcome him with open arms. But if you're just an average Joe and you trace your roots back to Nigeria, look how you're treated over there. This is what it is to be black. To potentially even your own won't like you. Which is why, because I'm going to bring it back to boxing now, I never understood the hatred for Deontay Wilder other than he was the darker of the two. Listen to how he talks. Yeah, he's country. I speak that language. My roots are from the South. Why are you always talking about how the man talk? What's worse, how the brothers and sisters talk in Alabama or Jeffrey Epstein? Uh-oh. Do I need to talk about how they talk about you? There's a whole thing going on right now. The history of the white man on this planet. Do y'all understand? Let me ask you a question. And all of this is relevant. Let me ask you a question. Adolf Hitler, the Holocaust, and all of that stuff he did. Is that the work of a man or the work of a devil? Is that the work of a man or the work of a devil? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You really did that, man? You burn people? What are we doing? And then Argentina wanted to harbor Nazis? After what that guy did? And while you're at it, you committed genocide because the black people that lived in Argentina, you started killing them. Do y'all know this stuff? So years later, when I'm watching a boxing match in America with an American champion, and I see a bunch of Argentinians being disrespectful, and that chick said, nobody even wants you here. Do y'all know why I got mad at that? I didn't mention it in the video, but I'm telling you now. Do y'all know why? But then when I have a kid that comes up in the chat sometimes and you're in your 20s talking about racism don't exist, you know what? I bet you see, black Americans, especially the kids today, y'all don't know y'all history, but I guarantee you, everybody from these other countries, they know exactly who they are and where they came from, but they made a choice. So when I see a racist Mexican talk racist about anybody else, I look at them strange. Do you even know why you speak Spanish? Viva Mexico. Let me share this story. Back in the day, I worked at a store called Kmart, way back. And I had a supervisor. His name escapes me. He was a manager, and he was always aggravated. A little white guy, right? He had blonde hair, wore glasses, skinny dude. And we'd be in there's like a lunchroom back there. And he'd sit in the corner and he'd just be listening to his Walkman. Yes, that's how long ago this was. It was a Walkman. There was no iPhones, no, none of that. He had a Walkman. Well, a CD man. And I'd just be sitting there and he'd come in and he'd talk to this lady, and his wife also worked for the company too. And these dudes would come in there and it's their break time, but they'd be loud and talking, and they were Puerto Rican and Dominican, right? They'd be talking and they're cool, whatever. So one day I'm sitting back there and there was a Little Caesars in there. So I'm eating my breadsticks and with the marinara dip. And the girl came in and sat down next to him in the corner. And I see him watching them and her watching them. and they're talking in Spanglish, half in English, half in Spanish. And their break was over. They got up and left. Now I had my headsets in, but I'm being nosy because when they left, he rolled his eyes. And she said, they're loud. And he starts going off. Well, they are pissed. They are all pissed. And this was the first time I heard him with an accent because I thought he was white. And that's why I turned my music off, because I'm like, oh boy, here it comes. But I'm like, I'm black, so I know he's not going to go off some racist tirade because I'm black. I'm sitting here. But he got so mad, you know what happened? His perfect English went away. It's like, you know, a Jamaican, they speak perfect English. They sound just like me, but piss them off, and what happens? That patois comes out, right? That's what happened with this dude. I said, why does he have an accent? I thought he was white. Turns out he was Spanish. And boy, you had to hear this dude. If I could have recorded it, he said, they are all pissed out. They are pissed. They all pissed. They are pissed. They're Dominicano and da. They're Puerto Ricans. They're all bastards. They couldn't survive in my country. None of them. They hang from tree. I heard that. I said, oh shit. They hang from tree. So I told on them. I went straight to them because I was cool with them. I said, yo, listen, man. Supervisor so-and-so, he was in there calling you piss or whatever. They started laughing. God, fuck that Spaniard. I said, oh, he's Spanish? He's like, no, he's from Spain. Like, they educated me. He speaks the real Spanish. They said, man, he over here, he always talks to us in a condescending manner. He talks to us like we're less than, but he working a job like we working. He just our supervisor. He don't care. Plus, allegedly somebody was banging his wife. I don't know about that. I don't know. But he was blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Now, why do you think I'm pointing that out to y'all? He was blonde-haired, blue-eyed. The dudes he was talking to, all of them had black hair. The Dominicans look like me. Why do you think they speak Spanish in Dominican Republic? Why do you think they speak Spanish in Puerto Rico? Why do you think they speak Spanish in Argentina? The conquistadors, they came and they just laid their seed and made you speak. By the time they left that land, you were speaking their Spanish and praying to Jesus. Okay? Eye opener, right? Right. Racism is very real. It's very, very real. Drew, what does this have to do with boxing and freezing Devin out? The new regime, you can't freeze Devin out. Devin could be the opening fight on any card. And y'all could laugh and say, oh, his marketability hurts. Oh, he's not even the main event. But I encourage you to check the payouts. Because he will be the highest paid. Unless he's fighting on the undercard of Canelo, he'll be the highest paid. He'll be the highest paid on that card. Look it up. Oh, but Ryan Garcia, very cute. Tell Ryan to fight him now. Because you know Devin's not saying no unless Ryan refuses to enroll in VADA the way he's supposed to. The way Devin is enrolled in VADA. The way Floyd Mayweather enrolled in OSDT. The way Nonito Donaire enrolls in OSDT. Tell Ryan to do that. And what they're doing now is now they're trying to maximize their dollar on Ryan. The WBC, they got themselves one now. They got just what they wanted. Sorry, Mario Barrios. Your nose was a little too long. It's not even a nose you got. That was a beak. And you are Mexican, and you came out with you know, representing your country and your heritage, and you got in there and didn't throw a punch. You got in there and you laid down. Ryan is just a little too cute. They got one now, right?
And what you're going to see now is the dance. What you're going to see now is the dance. They're going to talk a lot about Devin. Stormy just sent me an interview. Oscar didn't say, let's get Devin next. He said, it's a possibility. Because Oscar got himself one now, and Mauricio Silly Man is happy. They got him one now, right? They got themselves one now. And you buffoons, you same American buffoons who didn't like Wilder because, he got us a right hand and he got skinny legs, and you loved just some AJ. Where the AJ fans that was in America 7 years ago? Where'd they go? Where'd the Fury fans go that was in America? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Okay. Right. Those same types are Ryan Garcia fans now. Ignore everything he said and did because you like his hair. You like his looks. This is why I say y'all are pillow biters. This is why I say it. Y'all don't care about boxing. Y'all like greasy hair, tattoos, messed up English, a thug appearance. Y'all like that stuff. Y'all don't pay attention to boxing. Y'all like, look, y'all the same boxer. Y'all like those reality shows when people start fighting and stuff. The real boxing fans of the WBC or whatever, they need to make a show of y'all. Oh, Xavier, that's a great question. Y'all think Ryan is paying those sanctioning fees? CB Sports, salute. Y'all think he's going to pay those sanctioning fees? Y'all got short-term memory? Look it up when it comes time for him to pay to hold that belt. Now, they're rolling out the red carpet for Ryan Garcia, but at the same time, Ajit Kabiel is paying for an interim title. And he's supposed to be fighting Alexander Usyk. And depending on what Usyk chooses to do, Ajit may never fight Usyk. If Usyk does what he wants to do, Ajit ain't going to fight him until 2028. Do y'all know that? And then when that's pointed out, Mauricio Silly Man says he's happy to be interim champion. He's happy for that? Paying for a belt with no reward? Why are you guys collecting these fees? And these are the things that we talk about. So ask me again why I fucks with Zuffa. Ask me again. Because that's not happening with Zuffa. This is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to work. Listen very carefully. With Zuffa, you fight, you win, you move up the ladder. You fight, you win, you move up the ladder. You fight, you win, you move up the ladder. You earn your keep. Period. That's it. Which is how it was supposed to be. You get a belt, are you paying a fee on it? But no. I had a nigga come in here saying the belt ugly. I don't care. If I beat 3 contemporaries to get that belt, I don't care how ugly it is. I'm rocking that. And guess what? It's free. And then if I make a lateral move and I get a ring belt, I ain't paying nothing. Main biker says someone yelled move in his wife's room after nothing. Nah, I ain't touched that chick. That chick was blonde haired and blue eyed, looked just like him, and there was nothing sexy about him. But apparently somebody in that group was banging her silly off a general principle because he was a douche. But nah. You know what you won't call a person that works up the ranks in Zuffa and in ring? You know what you won't call them at the end of their career? Broke. They will never say, yo, man, Turkey stole my money. Yo, man, Dana White stole my money. You'll never hear that. If they're broke, you know what Zuffa will say? You know what Turkey will say? Hey, he's fought for 10 years with us, and according to our records, he made over $312 million. I don't know where his money is. In other words, the fools, he would have to seriously mismanage his money. So I don't care about the appearance of the belt. The WBC gave out some sort of chain, right? With a pendant on it. They gave out a chain with a pendant on it to the winner of the Barrios and Garcia fight. You know what I said when I saw that? I took a picture of it. You know what I said? They should have made that the franchise status right there. Make it a chain. Not in a real belt. And by the way, where is it? Are they going to fight for that? You remember the Black History belt that he made? I mean, these dudes were just making all kinds of belts and collecting fees. Get out of here. The Amistad belt. Give us free belt. Shut up. Oh, K-Rod, yes, I did. If you got people in Mexico right now as we speak and on vacation, hey, bro, they shooting up airports because El Mencho, the cartel leader, he got blicked off yesterday. There's Americans in Mexico where that happened. They can't get to the airport. They can't leave. They're blowing shit up over there. Viva Mexico, right? Don't ever talk to me about no Chicago or black on black crime. Don't do that. The cartels and MS-13, those guys been organized way before Cabrini houses got bad. And it was a blink of an eye. The one time black people tried to do something beneficial, the FBI infiltrated it and made it ridiculous and killed it, but stole the WIC program from them. Yes, I'm talking about the Black Panthers. Please don't get me started. Don't talk to me. The Black Panthers was bad, but they took the WIC program from them. Oh, yeah, El Salvador, MS-13, Mexican, whatever, Latin Kings, Nietas, same shit, right? In my American ignorance. Same shit, right? Same shit in my Trump voice, right? Because what I'm telling all of you knuckle draggers on American soil, whether you look like me or Devin or Richardson Hitchens or Connor Ben, all they see is black skin. That's my point. They're looking at your hair, stupid. No, me no black, me Dominican. No, nigga. You just a funny looking nigga to a cracker in West Virginia. Man, why this nigger sound like one of the Mexicans? No, he's Dominican. That's worse. We're gonna hang him twice. Yeah. We tried to tell you. Hey, man, you better get on code over here. The difference between a language, but you being black, is one work in the kitchen and one work outside. But they still don't respect you, stupid. It's a shame that we're so divided. So when I look at Devin Haney and I look at Deontay Wilder, I'm like, wow. I told you clowns, it don't matter. We knew what we knew with the Deontay Wilder thing. And I said, man, he can have all the evidence he wants. Y'all not gonna listen. Y'all not gonna listen. Oh no, but he needs to come forth. I said, well, he did. After the fight, the doctor said. Y'all didn't hear him say the doctor said, nah, man, your face, that shit on your face, that's from a foreign object. Y'all didn't hear that? Nicholas Asbury confirmed. This guy, he trains to cheat. He did rounds everywhere. He was on my show, and he said, nah, man, I was in camp with this dude. They removed padding from the glove. He had an egg weight in the glove. They never sued him. You know what they told him? They said, sorry, we're trying to give our guy confidence. And if he was lying, why didn't they sue him? So if he did that to him, why didn't he sue Deontay? And I said, man, you know what? It don't matter what he says. Y'all don't care. Oh, no, we'd have cared. Fast forward 7 years later, this happens to Devin. But Ryan was caught, and y'all don't care. Like I said. Y'all are well-trained monkeys. Why do I respect Dana White and his presence in boxing? Why do I respect Turkey Out of Sheik and his presence in boxing? It's because it's going to kill the old regime. Is Turkey perfect? No. Is Dana perfect? No. That dude from the WWE, is he perfect? No. But you know what? Sometimes, you ever been watching a movie or a series or a cartoon, whatever, and it's like, you know what? That one episode where there's a new villain in town, and then the good guy that was running around trying to fight the bad guy all series long, now they have to unite to fight the bigger problem. That's dope. It's like, yo, we hate each other, but you know, this dude right over here, I can't get him by myself. So we got to form an alliance. Yeah. That's sort of what this is. Of course, I know what Dana White does in the UFC. But can he be any worse than literally 70 years of Bob Arum? Literally 70 years of Bob Arum. Can he be any worse than Don King? Whom I might add was not as worse as Bob Arum, but the only thing that made him worse was that he was black. You following me? The 5 versus 5, Matchroom versus Queensberry, that would have never have happened. That, and see, y'all young kids don't know. You know what that was equivalent to? That would be equivalent to 1980s Top Rank versus Don King Promotions. That's the equivalent, but y'all don't know how serious that was. See, you're in a microwave society. You kids want things now. You want to get it now. Instant gratification now. You have no idea how big that 5 versus 5 was. Queensberry and Matchroom, that never happened. That was impressive, and the only way that got done was Turkey Out of Sheik. Y'all kids don't know enough. That's why I say you have to qualify to talk boxing with me. You don't know enough. I try and point y'all in the right direction. I say go subscribe to Scrapbook Boxing. Y'all need to go follow Stormy B-Man. But you guys have such bad ADD. You can't sit there and listen for 5 minutes. Oh, man, you know, Stormy, you sound like my dad talking to me. Well, that's what you need. You sound like my college professor. That's what you need. Because look at you now. You didn't have it, and boom, an idiot. If all you know is one fighter because he come out your town or you like how he looks, don't talk to me about boxing. Go somewhere else. Now, here's why I appreciate what Turkey Out of Sheik and Dana White is doing. Because you can't freeze out proper talent. Let me read this super chat, and I'm going to elaborate on what I'm saying. Rod Neal in that super chat salute, he says, I almost set up a cruise for spring break to Mexico, but I decided to do Bahamas instead. I'm glad I made that decision. Bro, a friend of mine hit me up last night. He said, bro, you see this? I said, yeah, what is this? He said, yeah, they killed some cartel leader. I said, man, that's a shame. He said, do you know I had something set up to go there next week? I said, well, your ass better go to the Virgin Islands.
Whoa! What the
Go! You don't want no smoke or whatever they got going on there, mind your business. They're literally blowing shit up over there. So salute to you, Rod. In high key, I was never high on going to Mexico. I'm dead serious. I know a cat that almost fucked around and got kidnapped. He a whole grown man. He didn't realize it until the cab made a turn. He's like, whoa, he told me he literally jumped out the car, was moving. Tuck and roll. Hold on, man, where you going? Boom, he jumped out. Did the jog back to where he was coming from, and the lady was saying, no, we told you, no, not him. No, don't go in there. They kidnapping, hold a medic-on. You jumped in car so fast. What? I said, what? He said, bro, I got another cab, went back to the airport, canceled my whole trip, came home. Came home. Done. I was like, well, there goes that. Kidnap a whole 6-foot-tall grown man. You bugging. Out of here. Out of here. Let them work that. Whatever they got going on down there, let them deal with it. That's none of our business. Viva Mexico indeed. I don't want no smoke. Let them do it. Word, Joseph? Nah. I'm not keen on going to a lot of places. 2 summers ago, these clowns, I'm not calling them clowns, but, yo, dudes was going to DR and getting alcohol poisoning and dying all summer long. Y'all remember that? What was that, the summer of 2023 or 24? Every time I turn around, American killed or alcohol poisoning. I said, what the hell's going on down there? Well, y'all like getting on these cruises and turning up and, yeah, all right. All right. All right. I'm good. I'm good. That shit was all over the news. Cats from the Bronx dying. All they did was take a shot of alcohol. Finding them in the goddamn room, and they've been robbed. Felix said it was 2020. Bro, listen. Don't take this in the wrong nature, anybody. But I don't go where the community likes to go. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Lord Sweat real Baltimore in the building. Salute. When I see a lot of you monkeys, no, I don't want to be around y'all. I'm dead serious. Why? Monkey Tuesday. That's my answer. When I see a lot of y'all darkies, I don't want to be around y'all. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I do not want to be around y'all. I don't. I don't like doing cruises. I don't like being around a bunch of people like that on a confined area where there's a lot of, on a boat in the middle of the ocean with a lot of darkies. You're bugging. With a lot of white people, you're bugging. I want to be in a position where if I don't like the atmosphere, I gotta go. I'd rather be somewhere by myself or with my family. I don't want to be around you people. I don't. I'll do an amusement park because I can leave. If I'm not comfortable, like, I ain't feeling this, I'll just walk out. I'm not being on a boat in the middle of the damn Atlantic Ocean with a bunch of darkies. You know why? Y'all ever seen in New York, y'all ever seen what gets on these boats? Picture every projects in New York saving up their money to get on a boat. Now you're in the middle of the ocean with these niggas? You're bugging. I'm not getting on that boat. You're crazy. You're crazy. Now I'm in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with Bone Quisha and her baby daddy Fuquan. You're bugging. Nah. You're bugging out. I'm good. I will pack up my Jeep Get the family, and we'll go somewhere secluded, away from people. We're going to enjoy nature. I don't want to be around you darkies. Y'all are silly. Like blaming Devin Haney for what happened to him. Like identifying with Ryan Garcia because he's crazy. Now back to what I was saying. I appreciate Zuffa and Riyadh season because you're going to earn your keep. You can't freeze Devin out. That's why I call him Mr. Freeze. Because if any of these clowns hang up their gloves and they say they never fought Devin Haney, what are they going to say the reason was? Because we know it's not money. The money was there. The bragging rights was there. You didn't fight that guy because you know you couldn't beat him. You can't freeze Devin out. See, the old regime is if the WBC loved you and you was good for business with Golden Boy, then they can say whatever they want and dance around you and make a lot of money and freeze you out. The old regime, Devin would be frozen out because everybody hates him. Now, in my opinion, if you hate the kid, beat him. If you hate the kid, beat him. But you know he'll whoop your ass. But if you can make a ton of money while avoiding him and never running that risk of losing to him, you'll do it. That's the old regime. That's why I like Zuffa. Y'all like an old regime where rankings don't mean shit? Who's ranked number 3 at 147 in the WBC? Y'all don't even know. Kes videos in that super chat. He says, watch Poop Cruise on Netflix. No thing. I saw that. And I watched that. I said, see, it'd be my luck the one time I get on well, I've been on a cruise before and I get seasick and yeah, I'm a hater. I'm a hater. So leave me alone. Leave me home. Leave me alone. Leave me home. But the second time I get on a goddamn cruise, it'll be my luck. That'll happen. I'm good. Who's ranked number 3? Let's look that up. That's a good question, actually. Rankings. Official rankings. 147. They updated it real fast. Look, Ryan Garcia. Conor Benn is ranked number 1 now. Suleiman Sissoko is ranked number 2. Oh, man, guess who's ranked number 3 in the WBC, y'all? You might never guess. Guess who's ranked number 3 in the WBC? Manny fucking Pacquiao. Number 4 is vacant, by the way. Ryan lost his last fight, leapfrogged, and now he's WBC champion. Brian Norman's ranked number 8 in the WBC. Egis Kavalauskas is number 7. Jack Catterall, number 6. Raul Carrell, number 5, and number 4 vacant. Manny Pacquiao, Soul Man, and Conor Benn. 3-2-1. Ryan Garcia champion. Roy Romero's WBA champion, right? That's a unification and a rematch at a heavier weight between Rolly and Ryan. No one's pushing for that. Lewis Crocker is up for the Devin fight, but who's preventing that? Who's preventing that? Who's preventing that? Eddie Hearn. Hey, Bill, you're ready to come to Ireland? He said, "The earth is our turf." Next thing you know, that fight's not even been spoken about. Next thing you know, that fight is not even be spoken about. So Ryan Garcia is not going to enroll, right? Rolly is in outer space. Lewis Crocker's being held up by Eddie Hearn. So when Devin Haney says, you know what, man, I got to go to 54 to fight a unified champion, y'all still got a problem with that. Oh, how dare Devin? Who does he think he is? Picking on a unified champion at a heavier weight? How do you pick on the heavier guy? I don't know. But Devin's the problem? Devin's the problem. See, under the old regime, this is a freeze out, but you can't do that to Devin. He's the money man. I'll say it again just to grind that. He's the money man. He's the money man. He's the money man. He's the money man. He has all the accolades that you need. He has the fan base, love him or hate him. Did I mention he's the money man? Philip D, salute. Did I mention he's the money man? There's when you fighting Devin, you're already making millions. I got to fight Devin? Oh, shit. Millionaire. Retirement money. And why is it that Devin is trying to fight people of note, but you got other assholes saying, no, he needs to fight his mandatory. Jack Catterall. Nah, fuck that. If your favorite fighter could do whatever the hell he wants to do, then Devin could do what he want to do. It's not that he's ducking Catterall out of fear. He's trying to give you the fights that you want. If Devin said, I'm fighting Jack Catterall, y'all be like, well, who cares? I don't care. Oh, he's taking that easy fight. He's taking the easy fight. Ryan Garcia now has a belt. Rolly Romero is a champion. Lewis Crocker is being held up by Hearn. Right? Right? So what else? What is he supposed to do? Man, forget Jack Catterall. If everybody in boxing could do what they want, then why can't Devin? He says, you know what? Xander's eyes is unified. Let me go up there and get that smoke. Y'all not even going to give him credit for moving up to a heavier weight to get that smoke. Y'all not even going to give him credit. Y'all are ridiculing him right now. Where is there a bigger element of danger? Jack Catterall or Xander Zayas? What's the bigger prize? Jack Catterall or Xander Zayas? Undisputed champion at 135, champion at 140, champion at 147, beat the boogeyman at 147. Now he's trying to go to 54 to be the unified champion? All I see is the work. All I see is the work. But meanwhile, y'all celebrating a drug cheat. Y'all trying to say Ryan Garcia is this face of boxing as if he didn't do anything wrong. I don't know who that dreadhead nigga is in Ryan's corner, but shame on you. I don't even know you. I don't want to know you. After what this kid said, to me, there's no coming back from that. But I know it's business for you niggas. You bumpy knuckle dragon jungle bunnies. And if you go up there and beat Xander Zayas, because that's not an easy task. If you go up there and beat Xander Zayas, then what you're going to say? I know what you're going to say. Well, Zayas was the weakest champion at 54. Well, who are the other champions at 54? Josh Kelly? Oh, Fundora. And Fundora and Virgil, they share a belt. I don't believe in interims. And of course, it's the WBC. Sebastian better not F around and lose to Keith Thurman. He ain't gonna lose no Keith Thurman. Stop saying that Fundora. Stop thinking that Fundora is this unmovable object. He's just tall. We've seen him get knocked out already. And by the way, did anybody tell Fundora to get it back in blood?
What?
Uh-oh. Anybody? Anybody say, hey, man, nah, Sebastian, you got to get that back. You got to get that back. Oh, no, you got to get that back. Oh, Mendoza, he lost to Tim Tszyu, and then Tim Tszyu lost for, nope, you got to get that back with Mendoza. Did anyone say get it back in blood? Oh, I'm sorry, there's conditions when you get it back in blood. I get it. You big knuckle draggers make me sick. You big-handed knuckle draggers make me sick. No matter where Fundora ends up in his career, he got to get that back with Brian Mendoza. I don't care what happens. Styles make fights. Get it back in blood. I don't see people saying that anymore, as a matter of fact. Oh, yeah, Mr. Shelton, let that nappy-headed, that NHNB talk. You know what you do? Go over there right now and just put in the acronym, shut up, NHNB. It would be a trick like you. Shut up, NHNB. Don't type out the word, give it an acronym. That's how you handle knuckle draggers. That might be a ghost account. That might not even be a black woman, because you know white men get on there and troll. I just told you I was on DAZN. Those were white people doing that. Those were white people doing that. They tuned in because these chicks had a fight at the weigh-in, and the white folks tune in because they think we're animals. They think we're animals, right? They tune in, they think we're animals, and they say, oh, let's go watch the monkeys fight. Let's go watch the monkeys fight. And that's what they do. Oh, there must be drama. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, right now, in my comment section, there's a NHNB. If y'all don't know what that's an acronym I made up for a female knuckle dragon sellout. And apparently she's in my comment section talking crazy. Where's that? I'm bigging up the sisters on my video from last night. I'm bigging up the sisters, and apparently a chick named Gail Bugs is in the comment section. It's wild work. She's in there talking greasy about Clarissa Shields. And of course, Mr. Shelton is going back and forth with her. Her last response, she's talking to Isaiah. All Isaiah said was, damn, even the hate from other black women. Well, you know what? I could show you better than I could tell you. Let me just share the screen. And this is what I'm talking about. When I tell y'all, there's a reason why I have a Monkey Tuesday. So Gail Bug says she won the way she always do, by decisions only. Never KOs. Clarissa ain't ish, can't knock anybody out. So I said, great. Now address everything else I said in reference to how black Americans are disrespected. Your thoughts. So Isaiah Martin says, damn, even hate from other black women. This might not be a black woman, y'all. This might be a white man with a black woman's picture. So then she responds to Isaiah. She didn't respond to me. And I was very respectful. I just want to know her thoughts about the rest of the video, about the screenshots. She says, where is the hate coming from? Clarissa, your mindset is effed up. Nobody hating, sweetie. It's just facts. Let her box wherever you from at intake. I'm reading how she wrote it. Her drama ass over there. Keep it the F out of my city. Detroit has came a long way from this type of BS. RT, TT, ST, 100. Let me respond. You said all of that. Can you now answer my question, Queen, in parentheses, your thoughts on the racist comments to both women and Black Americans in general. Stick to the topic. Let's see what she says. Listen, man. You ain't gotta like Clarissa. You ain't gotta like Devin. I don't like Tank. I don't like Shakur. I don't like how he's moving. I don't like Conor Ben. I don't like Gary Anton Russell. I don't like Boots making the decision to go mess with that colonizer. I don't like Richardson Hitchens. He from my city. I don't like Keyshawn Davis. Now listen very carefully. Did I say any of those fighters can't fight? Did I say that? You never heard me say Loma can't fight. I don't like him though. Franchise status? Dude, you ducked. You ducked. I don't hear anyone saying that Loma was forced to fight Devin. They gave him credit and ignored that he ducked the first time. And rather than ridicule, not even ridicule, rather than hold Lomachenko to a standard, you chose to call Devin Haney an email champion and ignore the person that sent the goddamn email. You guys are clowns. 100% clown. You guys are such clowns. You just hate Devin. Just say it. Just say it. You know, there was knuckle draggers that celebrated Ryan's win last night, the other night. Knuckle draggers like Keyshawn. Yo, listen, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm out of patience. There's no hope. There's no coming back from this, Keyshawn. There's no coming back from this, Shakur. And by the way, before I forget, y'all go ahead and read that. I'm watching the damn event. I streamed the hell out of it. I ain't pay no money for that. And I know I heard Shakur say, when they asked him, how did Ryan look tonight? He said, he looked the same way he did versus Devin Haney. And I said, oh, what does that mean? And then I'm sent a screenshot of this tweet. Devin said, Ryan off that good juice. Shakur said, I said that in round what? In round one? That's what he said. Why is this clip? Well, anyway, Shakur said he's off the. Shakur agrees with Devin. So Shakur, you acknowledge that Ryan is a cheater. You know he cheated. So if you know he cheated, you know everybody knows that Ryan cheated. But y'all doing streams with this dude and everything else. Y'all think that this guy is the payday? Well, under the old regime, he's the payday. Because whatever money you think you're going to make with Ryan, you can make with Devin Haney. Now, but never mind that. Ryan's a racist. Why wouldn't you want to break bread with your brother? Why wouldn't you want to do that? You want to break bread in hopes that you'll win. You don't want to break bread because something bothers y'all. When there's someone that looks like you, that is better than you. Because I promise you, if these guys really felt that Devin was easy work, there's a list. And nobody outside of Brian Norman Jr. stepped up to the plate. I don't want to hear it. Boots could have did it. Conor Ben could have did it. Shakur could have did it twice. He could do it now. He's talking with Ryan Garcia. Hey, man, I thought you was bigger than that. Why is he obsessed with size? But Devin Haney's the weight bully? What? The man was willing to drain to fight you? You still said no? And said money? Well, now there's nothing but money around you in space and opportunity. You were supposed to call him in the ring, even if Devin wasn't allowed in the building. Keyshawn said his name. Why didn't you? Why didn't you say, oh, I know little bro called him out, but you know what? He gonna have to wait. It's me and Devin next. You calling in the ring kind of bent. It's right in your face. Here's the reality. You can't freeze out Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze does what he wants. And because he's on, y'all are all on the list and you're cowards, with the exception of punk ass Gary Anton. Y'all are all on the list. Y'all had your opportunity. He got to go to 154 to face a unified champion. No shade to Xander Zayas. He's a champion. But Devin got to go up and entertain that because there's nothing but a bunch of punks on that list. Where's the lie? I don't care how you interpret it. I'm not lying. If Brian Norman can step up and get it done, what's your problem? Shout out to Zuffa. Shout out to Turkey Out of Sheik. Because under the old regime, all of these clowns with the hate on Devin Haney, they would have frozen Devin out. But Turkey said he has a problem getting Devin fights. Well, I'm like, well, damn, there's a list. What's the problem? Because you know what we know the problem is not? Money. So when you remove money, because the 25% was a strategic duck, right? It wasn't enough money, right? But meanwhile, Devin could go to Australia 2 times on short money and say, fuck that, I'm for the legacy. He could do that, but Shakur couldn't take 25%, which wasn't robbery. That was by way of the rules. He just wanted a little more money outside of the guidelines of the rules. And they were like, nah. Fight Devin drained, beat his ass, and then B-side him. But he didn't want to do it. So now, all of y'all are in a higher weight class. Now money's not the issue. What's your excuse now, Shakur? Because Devin will whoop your ass. Active squad indeed. Yeah, Keyshawn, you done ran over to where they filmed Friday, right? Yeah, that was real cute. It was funny. I liked watching it. But those cats at the WO said, please stop talking crazy. You know what you have to do. You have to apply to get into the rankings. And even when you apply to get into the rankings, there's people ahead of you. That's what they said. But dial it back. You think Keyshawn doesn't know what to do to jump into the rankings? You think he didn't know that? So all of that clown shit he did on Instagram, I'm on this thread, and people are like, no, go to his Instagram. He wants a Devin fight. Okay, that's cute. Did he apply to get into the rankings? Yeah, man, I want that job. That's a nice job. I want that job. Did you apply? Well, nah. I thought you want the job. Well, nah, because, you know, I'm saying, dude, you said you want the job. Why didn't you apply? Any Keyshawn Davis fans in here that are D-watching me? Did I lie just now? Stop referring to me to this Jerry Springer shit of him clowning around in South Central LA. That was funny. That was cute. I enjoyed watching it. But get to the business. Did he apply to get into the 147 rankings in that sanctioning body? Did he do it? The answer's no. The answer's no. Did I say it was a bad fight? I think Devin wins. But it's not a cakewalk. Keyshawn is nice with it. But you said all that, Keyshawn. Did you apply to get into the rankings? No, you didn't. And this is day 3 now, and nobody's saying anything? Nobody? Y'all gonna let Richardson Hitchens get away with that? When he gets in the ring next time, when he feels better, when his tummy feels better, if he's not fighting Oscar Duarte, I don't want to hear from him again. What that list exposed was that everybody on it is a goddamn coward. And Gary Anton Russell, you're a coward, dogs. You talking crazy because you know Devin is the A-side in all directions. And you're jealous. When they said you at 140, man, Shakur's right up there. You turned into a good little soldier. Do not be surprised if all these low-hanging fruit-ass niggas formed a pact. We're going to get together and freeze Devin out. Well, guess what? It's a new day. You can't freeze Devin out. Devin is the bag. Devin is the prize. And none of you want to step up and try and take it. Because you know what your fanatics don't know. Let me tell you a little something. Canelo, what if I told you Canelo Alvarez knew about David Benavidez like 7 years ago? What if I told you that? I'm seeing pictures pop up. He sparred Dimitri Bivol, and he was looking mad bigger than Dimitri Bivol. There's guys in their lower rankings right now that the teams are watching. They say, yo, look, we cool now, but this guy down here, he's ranked number 20. I just watched him in the amateurs. I just watched, he did a sideshow. This guy gonna be a problem for our guy. So when he comes up in the rankings, we gotta move up. Because no one's talking about him now, but we got to get away from him. What if I tell you Canelo knew about him the whole time? What if I told you that? And you're watching Benavidez, and you're watching him. I don't want to talk about no drug thing, and I don't want to talk about that. You know why? If you want to talk about Benavidez caught out there for partying with a little snot candy, and you're not willing to talk about dirty cows in Mexico that Canelo was eating, then we can move on. I don't see Canelo Alvarez dealing with the pressure of a Benavidez. He's the remedy. Canelo, that'll be the first time you see Canelo actually get beat up. And I say that, I'm not saying that because look, Canelo's a phenomenal boxer, but he's old, he got busted wheels, and if you can't move away from David Benavidez, he's gonna beat the shit out of you. And I've never seen, outside of AJ and Deontay, I've never seen a situation where you have two Latinos and they're just split. I've never seen the industry justify a duck to this level since Deontay and AJ. I've never seen this, and I never thought I'd seen this from the Mexican community. Because they're warriors, right? I never thought I'd seen this in my life. Because you let a Canelo fan tell it, he beats everybody. He just got beat up by Bud. David will walk him down and eventually pummel him. It's not going 8 rounds. I'm telling you it's not. This will be the first time you see Canelo get beat up. He'll get beat up. And he don't want no smoke. He literally said all he has to add is an extra 20 pounds on fight night. Well, Edgar Berlanga was literally 20 pounds heavy. He rehydrated damn near to 200 pounds on fight night, and that fight was sanctioned at 168. He came in heavier versus Canelo than Benavidez came in at 175 versus Vodstick. He rehydrated, and he was like 2 or 3 pounds lighter than Berlanga on fight night. I never thought I'd see the day. And he openly ducked out loud, and y'all deal with it. Y'all accept it. This is what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you clowns. I know what I'm looking at. Canelo ducked. got in there. First he said, I'm not going to fight Bud. He's too small. What are they going to say when I beat him? Then he does it, and he got smoked. And now he's talking about rematch. Nah, bro, you got Benavidez problems for the rest of your life. Bud ain't got to do nothing. He did what he had to do. He did it. You didn't do it. Bud was supposed to get smoked that night. And he schooled your dumb ass. Now go fight Benavidez with your Mexican heart. He refused. And nobody's holding his feet to the flames. Nobody. Mannix, nobody. But I listened to the Zone talk. They refer to Ryan Garcia as past problems. No, say what it is. He got caught cheating. He was suspended for a year. Racist outbursts. Say what it is. Because y'all don't waste time saying Mike Tyson convicted of rape. Y'all don't waste time saying that. Adrian Broner with his alcohol problems. Y'all don't waste time saying that. Y'all don't waste time saying what it is. Ryan Garcia is manufactured. And anybody that fights him in Vegas is on crack. I saw him do that silly shell when Barrios tried to fight back. This kid is not a defensive wizard. You put him on a back foot and you punch with him, he's done. Y'all believe this marketing scheme if you want to. All I know is that Devin Haney has a list. And nobody answered. This is why this kid is the face of boxing. Because he puts up while y'all shut up. There's no reason why Shakur is looking at Ryan Garcia at 147 where Devin is as a champion right now. Don't talk to me about Shakur ever again. Don't talk to me about Keyshawn ever again. Don't talk to me about Gary Antoine getting on his knees for Shakur. But you ask him about Devin, he has everything negative to say. Nigga, go to 147 and get your face punched in. Because Andy was on your ass. Don't talk to me about Boots. Because I'm telling you right now, Devin goes to 54 and beats Zayas. Boots has no choice but to fight him now at the full 54. And I'm calling it now. He'll get his shit beat in. These dudes is cowards. Main biker in that super chat salute, he says, me and legendary Top Cats were some of the first people to interview Keyshawn DB3 even before the Olympics. Disappointed how he behaves now. Man, DB3, listen, these cats got one time to show me who the hell they are, and I believe them. I believe them. But time reveals all truth. And a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. And you're seeing it in real time. I see these clowns. General's on, man. My brother BFTB in the building. Salute. I'm not lying. You cannot freeze Devin out. He is Mr. Freeze. Where all these cats should be beating down his door to fight him, they're looking at each other. You do it. No, you do it. No, you do it. No, you do it. You do it. No, you do it. They go to Rolly. Yo, Rolly, you do it. You're retarded.
Fuck you talking about? All he's gonna do is sue me. I'm gonna punch him. What the fuck you talking about? I don't need to fight. What the fuck you talking about?
He ain't that retarded. He ain't that retarded to face Ryan Garcia and say,
Ryan, I fight you. You got to get on OSDT. You got to get on Olympic style drug test. What the fuck you talking about? I'm not fighting with no drug test. What the fuck you talking about?
all of these knuckle draggers know what time it is. Tank, Keyshawn, Mr. Popo, Shakur, Connor, Ben, Ryan, Gary Anton, Boots, all of them know what time it is. The only person with balls is Brian Norman Jr. But you know what y'all do at 47? Go ahead and fight him. See how that shit works out for you. Because watch this, y'all. I think Brian Norman beats everybody on this page. That page right there. The Frozen page. So if Devin could go up to 47 in his first fight and face the Boogeyman, why can't they do it? All right, never mind, Devin. Go fight Brian Norman. I dare you. I double dare you. Uh-oh. Salute to everybody in November, the Zelda Cash App, the Super Chat, the General's on. Don't miss us tonight. Nerds on Culture, me and Stormy, we're going to be talking about the classic Sugar Hill. Not that bitch-ass trainer. We're talking about the Wesley Snipes movie. 1994, I think? 94, 95, I forget. But we're going to be reviewing that movie. Great film. Monkey Tuesday tomorrow, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Nigger, nigger.